tell me about this patient, why they came to you, and what kind of assessments you did, your interventions, and then the outcome.
Okay. It was a chiropractic patient of mine, and he went in for his DOT physical, and realized that he had sugar in his urine. So then they did a blood prick, and his blood sugar was like 300 and something. And then they sent him for an A1C. They gave him a 3 month, like, hey, you gotta really get this under control. I laid out a plan with like supplements and dietary strategies and all these. He went back for his A1C in February 11th. And by that time, we had all the dietary strategies, almost all the supplements, and his A1C went from 9.2 to 6 in
That's great.
6 weeks.
I was going to say, sheesh, that's pretty quick.
No, I mean, when they text me, I had to call them right away and be like, and I've seen it before, but every time it's shocking to me because 6 weeks, medications for a lot of people don't even do that. Okay. Because of the knowledge that I've gained through your courses and understanding why blood sugar actually does what it does, and understanding the mitochondrial influence that or mitochondrial dysfunction that has an influence on blood sugar dysregulation has been everything in understanding why the body doesn't want sugar coming into the cell.
So, I mean, that's fantastic. We hear it all the time. It's funny how it's always, you can expect it to some degree, but why is it so darn surprising every time you're like, oh my gosh, there it is again. It's such a great feeling. So, like, if you hadn't done our material, clinician's code or some of those things, how would you have approached this guy in the first place, do you think?
If I hadn't done any of that, I don't know if I would have done anything for this guy, which is just a matter of fact. I'm not willing to jump into something that I don't feel confident with, and that's really why I started with you guys, because I wanted somebody to be there at the beginning, and obviously I continue with you guys. I've been a long clinician code member, not the very first, but probably like the second round or close to it, because it continues to help me grow. So to answer go back to your original question is, I don't know. I wouldn't have helped that guy. I wouldn't have had enough confidence in my ability to make an impact.
What has it done for you, and what would you say to somebody else who's on the fence about maybe a couple different programs?
Well, listen, let me start out with just telling you a little story.
Sure.
So at one point, somehow didn't update my credit card, or something went wrong, and I got a notification that, hey, you're no longer with the clinician's code. I went into a panic. I'm like, no way. I'm like, I went on the phone. I'm emailing everybody, trying to figure out, okay, I got to figure this out. I told my wife, I'm like, there's one thing that I cannot give up. And we have a certain amount of money that we allocate towards continuing education, and I'm like, that's just one thing I can't give up because of the success that I've seen, and also the community. And I go on vacation, I look forward to catching up on all my stuff with you guys, because you present it in such a digestible way. The case study that you presented the other day was amazing. And it gives me that excitement of watching you and understanding how your thought process goes, but then also how I can think deeper about these things. So clinician's code is, I could never be without it. That is my priority when it comes to my continuing education. Some mornings, I am half hour Brian Walsh. My reading comes first, half hour Brian Walsh, because I want that better understanding so that I can do things like this.